So hello YouTube, my name's Dane Lemaitre. Welcome to the video. Nice to see you nice. And as you can see here, I've got some more minis. Obviously, as you know, I collect these from time to time. And the first one that I've got here is James. And you probably saw in one of my previous videos that I got this James from Argos in Wellingborough, where I live. And as I say, and I got that when I actually got my new watch, which as you can probably see here, I'm wearing. So anyway, I got that when I was there, treated myself to that one. You probably saw that I mentioned it as well in my Hornby videos of getting James back on track. It's a two-part series, and so unfortunately my Hornby James isn't working at the minute, and that's still being fixed, but you can watch that on my channel. The next one I got, as you can see here, one of my more favourite ones, Gator. And again, this is a very near perfect model, I think, of Gator. Looks just like him in the CGI series. Gator, as you probably know, isn't in the show now. He was first introduced in Tale of the Brave, along with Marion, Timothy, and Reg. And so, no, I like Gator, and so, in a way, I do hope he appears again. So we don't get to see much of him. And the face is really good. Again, looks just like it does in the TV series. Obviously, the episodes that he has appeared in. And like all the minis, it says underneath there his name. They all do underneath them. But yeah, I think, and again, with all these minis here, these are the classic ones. I mean, some minis you get specially decorated, but these are all the classic ones. And I've said before, I prefer the classic ones to the other ones, to be honest with you. I just find them a bit more appealing, really, but that's obviously my opinion. The next one I got is Sidney the Diesel. And again, Sidney's character I quite like, and I'm glad that they're developing now and giving him more parts in the show. Again, this just looks like Sidney in the TV series. But obviously, this is a lot smaller version of him. And like I said, although I like Sidney, I was saying to someone the other day, I think it's a shame that, nowadays the whole Diesel team just seems to consist of Diesel shunters, obviously like Diesel. And obviously there are other Diesel shunters as well, like Paxton as well. And it's a shame that nowadays the whole Diesel team that's in the TV series is just Diesel shunters. There is Daisy. She is obviously a Diesel railcaster, slightly different. But when I was younger, and obviously in the magazines and the railway series, you got characters like Boko and that, who are obviously a lot bigger diesels, like real diesel locomotives. And you don't really get that in the show anymore, and even Diesel 10 doesn't appear anymore. So it'd be nice to see some more diesel engines that weren't just diesel shunters in the show, but you never know. Recently, obviously, as you know, obviously for a few years now, the small railway engines, Rex, Bert and Mike, came from the railway series into the TV series. But the way that Thomas is going, I don't think that any characters from the railway series will be coming back anytime soon. A lot of characters have come back that were in obviously the classic series and the railway series, and look really well detailed. But like I said, I'm not too sure if anytime soon that any more characters from the railway series will be appearing, because Thomas seems to be taking off on a new sort of route now, which I think is a little bit of a shame, but like I said, we'll wait and see. It looks to me as well as though the characters from the Great Race, like Shane, will be coming into the minis, which is probably a good thing. Obviously there was lots of engines in the Great Race, not all of them spoke, apart from obviously on some of the online videos. The next one I got is Samson. Again, what I like about Samson as a character is that he's a very proud tank engine. A lot of people said they didn't like Samson, but the way I see it is Samson's a bit like Spencer in a way, really. He's obviously a very proud engine, makes mistakes, and Samson's the tank engine equivalent of that. And again, this just looks like this looks just like Samson in the TV series, the show. Again, really good detail, like the wooden back of his cab there. He's a cabless tank engine, and the nameplate and that. So yeah, I'm sure you'll agree, really good detail all the way around on Samson. The next one I've got is another diesel shunter. So another Class 08 shunter like Sidney, who I just showed you. This is Iron Bert. And as I've said most of the other times, a lot of the minis are based on obviously what the characters look like in the CGI series, not the model era of the show. However, I think that the face on this one looks more like Arian Bert's faces on the like in the model series of the show, on the CGI series. But I think that's probably good in a way, because I thought they looked a lot better in the model series, the faces, because they looked a bit more sort of evil, and obviously they're like evil diesels in a way. But yeah, that's classic Bert. One little criticism is obviously the back of the cab normally is yellow, and they've painted it green. It'd be good if it was yellow like the rest of it, like it was on the TV series. If not, that would be definitely a perfect model. But I still think it looks very good. You can see Sodor Ironworks on the side. As you know, they work at the smelter's yard. And the last one I got is another diesel shunter, but it looks slightly different to Sidney and Bert, and that's Salty. One thing I have noticed about his model of Salty, although it's very good, his number is 2991. And oh, actually, yeah, and it is just there underneath. I was going to say it's quite hard to see, but I still think it's a really good model of Salty. And he's got his name on the back there. You can probably see above my thumb. So that's Salty. So yeah, those are all the models I got recently in the minis range. I'm sure you'll agree they all look very, very nice. And as you probably know, it's been snowing recently, and I took a few photos. But unfortunately, the snow is melting away now. But I'm sure it will snow again at some point. Just have to wait and see. Yeah, that's all the minis I've got so far. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe if you like this video, of course. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.